welcome to all of you on behalf of the Goa Pradesh Congress Committee. We have amidst us this evening our AICC in charge, Sri Manikrao Thakreji, Congress Working Committee member, Sri Girish Sorankar, our MLA from Aldona, Advocate Carlos Ferreira, and a newly appointed district president, Sri Rajesh Verenkar. I request Advocate Carlos Ferreira to address the press.
You know that the order has been passed, judgment has been passed by the Bombay High Court in Goa, cancelling, quashing the election notification for the Ponda by-election. We have not yet got a copy of the order. The copy of the order has also not been uploaded, so I can't make any comment on the judgment. But I know that the petition had been filed, claiming that under section 151A of the Representation of People Act 1951, and using two judgments of the division bench of the Bombay High Court, that the election, if it is less than 1 year, a by-election less than 1 year, it should not be held. With great respect, I disagree with those two judgments of the Bombay High Court, and I'm going to tell you simply why. Section 151A mandates that a by-election for filling any vacancy referred to in any of the said sections shall be held within a period of 6 months from the date of occurrence of the vacancy. The mandate is this, that you must hold election, your by-election, within 6 months. Now there is a proviso which says nothing contained in this section shall apply if A, the remainder of the term of a member in relation to a vacancy is less than 1 year, or B, the Election Commission in consultation with the central government certifies that it is difficult to hold a by-election within the said period. Now, what is the meaning of this is very clear. On the main section, it is the duty, and anybody can go to the court and say, hold a by-election within 6 months. The proviso, according to me, is an enabling power which says that you may not hold, please understand this. It's not you shall not hold. You may not hold, it shall not apply if the remainder of the term of a member in relation to the vacancy is less than 1 year. So you can't go to the court and say that remainder of the term is less than 1 year and therefore there is a mandate not to hold the election. Please understand this. The words are not Election Commission or the central government shall not hold, these are not the words. So therefore I am in respectful disagreement with the two judgments of the Bombay High Court on which they were relying. I believed that, even if two judgments are shown, another division bench has the prerogative to accept, which it seems to have done in this case, or after hearing arguments, it may differ and may say we don't agree with this reasoning and therefore we are constrained to refer to a larger bench. This was the option. So on the legal aspect, I think this needs to get tested, because subsequently, after the Bombay High Court had passed this judgment in Akola West by-election, quashing the notification, Punjab High Court had a similar issue, where a petitioner by name Kunal Chanana in 2024 had challenged the by-election of Kurnool Assembly by-election, and where Manohar Lal Khattar had resigned and there was a vacancy and Saini himself was contesting that election. So the contention was less than 1 year and therefore you cannot. The Bombay judgment was cited and the Punjab and the Haryana division bench disagreed with the Bombay High Court judgment and held that there is no such mandate on interpretation and held that election can be conducted and dismissed the petition. So we have two views. But what happens? In the Bombay High Court, generally it is this way. If it's your own High Court, generally the tendency is to follow. You can't say I disagree and I follow that. But if you deferred, then the course was to refer to a larger bench. You could say, all right, Karnataka judgment I don't agree, I agree with Punjab judgment, you could do that way. But once you have judicial discipline requires you to follow if you are agreeing. If you are not agreeing, you can't pass another judgment, but you would have to refer to a larger bench. Now, one aspect which is very material is, we expected that if the court had found merit, the candidates who are contesting the election should have got notice. Perhaps, when you initially file the petition, I feel that the court should have even seen who are likely to be affected by the order, and were the three contesting candidates of three national parties in the fray for the election. So the minimum thing was the petitioner should have been directed to make us a party, and we should have been heard, and thereafter you could have passed a decision one way or the other. So I believe that this is very serious flaw in not making us a party. And second part is on the election process having started, and we have reached today where the word on the eve of the election, it's not last week, eve, tomorrow is the election, actual election, where the voting will take place. But you must understand the process has started with the notification. And generally the courts are slow to interfere in such kind of matters unless in exceptional matters. You may remember the municipality election, when the Goa municipality reservations was being done, it was interfered as an exceptional case. But once the election process started, in this case, in Ponda by-election, postal voting had already taken place. Senior citizen and those home voting, those certain special people who get voting at home, had also cast their vote. So virtually that process was in motion. And tomorrow would have been physical voting at the polling booths. And also, for the reason which I have spelled out on the interpretation of 151A, I personally believe, and that's my view, that the petition should have been dismissed. And I think that I've not seen the judgment. I'm repeating because we went to apply for certified copy, but the time was over to apply for certified copy, so we are applying for an authenticated copy of the judgment so that we can read the judgment and proceed further in the matter.
You will challenge this judgment in Supreme Court?
Now,